So this video is just really going to be, if you need extra examples, the only reason you would really kind of watch this video. So I'm just going to do some general examples if you need just a little bit more help with the parabolas. We'll probably do about 4 or 5 questions here. But again, yeah, if you need extra help. So let's go with a vertex. So we're going to write the equation here. We're going to get a vertex of -7, -9. And we're going to give you a focus. And we're going to do some fractions here. So -27/4 and -9. That's okay. So we're going to write the equation in vertex form. This is the equation we've been doing. So I'm going to graph it first just to kind of help myself out because I want to figure out if this is a y equals or an x equals. So I'm going to go ahead and graph -7, -9 is right there. And then -27/4. So -27/4, 27 divided by 4 is -6.75. So that tells me that this point is going to be, this focus point is going to be about right there somewhere. So my graph itself is going to go like this. So that tells me that it's going to be an x equals. So it's going to be x is equal to a times y minus k, so +9 squared, and then -7. Make sure you flip your h and your k around in this case. So now we got to find that a value. So the a value is going to equal 1/4c. So my c value is the distance from here to here. So that distance is 1/4. That's 1/4 times 1/4. So a is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 times y plus 9 squared minus 7.
Still planned, but rather than riding a school bus, there will be vans for your transportation this afternoon.
And there's your answer.
Please meet in the same spot that you normally do at the same time. If you have any questions, please reach out to the office.
The next one, we're going to give it a vertex this time that's 5, 0. And we're going to give a directrix of y is equal to -11/4. And we're going to let fractions freak us out. Okay, so our vertex is at 5, 0. So again, I'm going to sketch the graph. And I just sketched the graph to kind of help me what this thing looks like. So 5, 0 is right there. And my directrix is a y equals. So y equals go left and right, and it's -11/4. So it's down here somewhere. So my directrix is down there. That means my focus is up in there somewhere. So my graph is going to look something. My focus is up here. So that's what my graph is going to look like. So this tells me it's y equals. So we've got y equals a times x minus h, so -5 squared plus k, but that's just 0, so we do that. So the c is essentially equal to 11/4. So a is going to equal 1/4 times 11/4. The 4's kind of cancel out, so we're left with 1/11. So y is going to be 1/11 times x minus 5 squared. And there is our equation for it. The next one, we're going to give the vertex. The vertex this time is going to be at 0, 0. Okay, so graph it real quick. Vertex is at 0, 0. Our focus is at 1/8, 0, which we'll say is right there. So we've got an x equal. So x is equal to a times y. It's just going to be y squared this time. So it's y minus 0 squared plus 0. So our c value in this case is going to be the distance from the vertex to the focus. So c is 1/8. So a then is going to be 1/4 times 1/8, which is 1/1/2. which is 1 times 2 over 1, so 2. So x is equal to 2y squared. And we're done. Okay, so there's the first three, writing the equations. In the next three, we're going to identify the vertex, focus, and directrix. So we're going to be given the equation x squared plus 10x plus y plus 23 equals 0. So I kind of look through this again and I say, okay, is this going to be an x equals or y equals? I've got a y, so I'm just going to make it y equals. So I'm going to move everything to the other side. So y equals negative x squared minus 10x. Now I'm going to leave a gap because I'm going to complete the square. We've got minus 23, and then we're going to have to minus the box out of there as well. So I essentially moved everything to the right-hand side of the equation. Now I don't like that negative there, so I'm going to factor out a negative. I'm going to factor out a negative, so that's going to be x squared plus 10x plus half of 10 is 5. 5 squared is 25, so I'm going to put plus 25 in there. So I've got minus 23. So really, in this case, if I distribute in there, I've really subtracted 25 from it. So I have to add 25 to this because I have to distribute that negative. So it'd be negative 23 plus 25. So factor, that's going to give me negative, and then x plus 5 squared plus 2. Okay, so we can go ahead and find the vertex. The vertex of this is going to be, it's a y equals, so vertex is going to be negative 5, 2. The focus, well, we know our a value is 1, negative 1. So negative 1 is going to equal 1 over 4c. So negative 4c equals 1. C is equal to negative 1/4. So our c value is negative 1/4. So in this case, if we look at the graph, just to kind of give us a hint and idea of what we're doing here, our vertex is at negative 5, 2. It's negative, so we know this is going to be down. So our focus is going to be right there. So our y value, x value stays the same, as that's negative 5. And then add 1/4, or subtract 1/4 from 2. So 1.75. And then our directrix, D, we're going to add 1/4 because it's this line right here. So that would be y is equal to 2.25. So there are our solutions, our vertex, our focus, and our directrix for that one. So let's go negative 3y squared plus x minus 30y minus 70 equals 0. Okay, so I've got the x here, so I'm going to get everything on solving for x. So x equals 3y squared plus 30y plus 70. Move everything to the right-hand side. Okay, I'm going to take the 3 out. That gives me y squared plus 10y, and I'm going to complete the square. So plus half of 10 is 5. 5 squared is 25. So I've added 25 in there, into that part of it. So I have to subtract something out of it. But what in fact have I actually added in there? I've actually added in this 3 times 25. So I've essentially added in 75. So I have to subtract 75. So that gives us 3, factor it, 5 plus y squared minus 5. Okay, so there's our x is equal to. So we've got x is equal to, so we'll find our vertex. So our vertex, careful with this one, our vertex is going to be -5, -5. This one kind of worked out that way anyway, but just be careful when you do this. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of graph the sketch of the graph. I'm going to sketch this. So I've got -5, -5, which is down here somewhere. It's positive and it's x equals, so I know it needs to go like this and go through that point instead of missing it. But okay, so there's that part of it. We know the focus needs to be inside of here somewhere, so we got to find our c value. So we know our a value is 3. I'm going to have to write that higher up there. I'm out of room. So 3 is equal to 1 over 4c. So that's 12c equals 1. So c equals 1/12. So that distance there is 1/12. So that changes my x value. So my focus is going to be -5 plus 1/12, which is -4 11/12. So -4 11/12. My y value doesn't change, it's -5. That's my focus. Directrix is going to be -5 1/12 equals x. So it's an x equals. I should have put that first probably, but whatever. And there it is. That's a 12. It's -5 1/12. And the last one. Let's go with 2x squared plus 8x plus y plus 8 equals 0. So y equals, it'd be -2x squared minus 8x minus 8. We're going to have to complete the square, so I'm going to take out a -2. So that gives me x squared plus, because I took out a -2, 4x. Complete the square. Half of 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4, so I'm going to add a 4 in there. We've got -8, but I've got -2 times that, so I've actually subtracted 8. So I have to add 8 to this. So factor, so -2 times x plus 2 squared, and then 0. So it gives us our vertex. It's y equals. So our vertex is at -2, 0. And just peek what the graph looks like real quick. Our vertex is at -2, 0. It's negative, so this is going to go like that. So my focus is going to be down there somewhere. My line of directrix is going to be there somewhere. So I have to find my c value. So my a value is equal to 1 over 4c, so -2, change colors here. So we've got -2 equals 1 over 4c. That's -8c equals 1, so c equals -1/8. So my y value is changing. It's going from 0. So my focus is going down an eighth. So it'd be -2, and then it's -1/8. And my directrix line is y is equal to 1/8. And you're done. Okay, so just some more examples. Watched them, didn't watch them. Didn't matter to me. Just give you some more if you needed them.